China. Today, it is the factory of the world. From smartphones and electronics to electric cars, batteries, solar panels, and countless industrial products, a huge share of the world's goods are made in China. China's economy is enormous. Its military power is growing rapidly. And in technology, China is now competing directly with the United States. So here's the question. If China has become this powerful, why hasn't it replaced America as the world's leading superpower? The answer isn't just economics. The real story goes much deeper. Just a few decades ago, China was one of the world's poorest major countries. But after 1978, China slowly began opening its economy to the outside world. Foreign investment arrived. Factories were built. Millions of workers entered the industrial economy. And over the following decades, China built one of the most powerful manufacturing systems the world had ever seen. Cheap labor, massive factories, efficient supply chains, modern ports, railways, and enormous exports. All of these came together to transform China into the world's factory. But here's where the real question begins. Because being the world's biggest factory and being the world's most powerful country are not the same thing. A major part of America's power comes from its economy. But America's influence goes beyond the size of its economy. It has another powerful advantage: the US dollar. For decades, the dollar has played a central role in international trade and global finance. Banks, companies, and governments around the world still use and hold dollars on a massive scale. That means America doesn't just sell products to the world. It also has enormous influence over the global financial system. China is trying to challenge that system. But creating the kind of global financial influence that America has takes more than economic growth. It requires trust, long-term international relationships, and a financial system that the rest of the world is willing to rely on. Then comes technology. China has made extraordinary progress in electric vehicles, batteries, solar panels, telecommunications, robotics, and advanced manufacturing. But in some of the most important layers of modern technology, especially advanced chip design, software, artificial intelligence, and many of the world's most influential technology companies, the United States still holds major advantages. And that's why, even as China continues to advance rapidly, America cannot simply be pushed aside. Then comes military power. Over the past few decades, China has dramatically expanded its military capabilities. Its navy, missile systems, drones, satellites, and other advanced military technologies have all developed rapidly. But America's military has another major advantage. It isn't just the American military itself. The United States has long-standing strategic relationships with countries across the world: Europe, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and many other partners. America isn't powerful on its own. It is surrounded by a vast international network of alliances and partnerships. China has partners too, but it still doesn't have a global military alliance network on the same scale as the United States. And this leads to the most important difference. A country doesn't become a superpower simply by becoming strong at home. It also needs the ability to influence what happens beyond its borders. Economics, technology, military power, trade, currency, and diplomacy all have to work together. And in this area, America still has a major advantage. But that doesn't mean China is falling behind. Quite the opposite. China has advanced at a pace that would have been difficult to imagine just a few decades ago. A country that was once relatively poor has become one of the world's largest economic and military powers. And China no longer wants to be just the world's factory. It wants to lead in technology. It wants to dominate higher-value industries. It wants to develop its own critical technologies. And it wants greater influence in international politics. So the competition between China and America isn't simply a competition between two countries. It is a competition between two different forms of power. On one side, the United States, with its enormous financial system, military power, advanced technology, and global network of alliances. On the other, China, with the world's largest manufacturing base and a rapidly growing technological and military capability. So, will China eventually overtake America? No one can say for certain. But one thing is clear. China is no longer the poor country it once was. And America is not a power that can simply be pushed aside. The competition between them has already begun. And over the next few decades, the outcome may depend on far more than who has the bigger economy. It may depend on who leads in technology, who maintains military strength, whose currency the world trusts, and most importantly, who can convince the rest of the world to stand on its side. Because China hasn't replaced America yet, but it has started a competition that could become one of the most important power struggles of the 21st century.